The story of My Lovely Liar continues with the lie hunter helping a client avoid a real estate scam. After exposing the scammer, Sol-hee uses the payment to buy a gold bar and stores it in a safe along with other bars. On her way home, she receives a bank notification and gets irritated because her mother spent a huge amount on her credit card. Sol-hee finds her mother at a restaurant trying to scam a man by pretending to be a doctor. She puts an end to her mother's shady schemes and refuses to pay her high monthly expenses. Her mother gets upset, saying Sol-hee can't do this to her and that she shouldn't interfere in her business. Sol-hee tries to give her mother an ultimatum, threatening to cut ties, but her mother says she's bluffing and storms out of the restaurant. Returning home, Sol-hee finds comfort in the photos her father sent her. At night, Kim plays the piano at a jazz club, and at the end of the show, a customer tries to see his face and takes off his glasses. But Kim had another pair with him. Later, Kim and Sol-hee watch a soccer game, and their teams are playing against each other. They order food and, by coincidence, meet when picking up their orders. They are surprised to discover they are neighbors. The next morning, Sol-hee's assistant and bodyguard is fascinated by Kim's car and tries to take a picture, but accidentally scratches the car. Kim gets out of the car and surprisingly doesn't care about the scratch. Chi-hoon and Sol-hee are relieved that Kim didn't get angry, but they wonder how rich that guy must be. After a paparazzi lied, claiming that the music star Sayeon and the composer Kim Do-ha had a steamy date, Kim had to move because they found out where he lived. While CEO Jo talks to Kim about his new home, Sayeon arrives and tries to talk to Kim, but he quickly hangs up. Jo advises her to find someone who truly likes her instead of chasing Kim, but Sayeon believes Kim has feelings for her. He just doesn't realize it yet, and she refuses to give up. Mr. Park meets CEO Jo and questions him about the relationship between Sayeon and Kim. Mr. Park records the CEO admitting that the two knew each other and threatens to share the recording with the press if Kim doesn't meet him by the weekend. At night, Kim meets with his mother. She asks for VIP tickets to Sayeon's concert to gain favor with the president's daughter. She advises him not to date the singer and reminds him of what happened with his ex-girlfriend. His mother suggests they have a meal together, but Kim says it's unnecessary and that he knows she's afraid he might kill her, just like he did to someone in the past. The next day, Mr. Park visits Sol-hee and hires her to spy on his meeting with Kim. The scene shifts to a man who is still haunted by the disappearance of his sister. He is arrested for impersonating a police officer and taken to the station. He is frustrated with the police for neglecting his sister's case. At night, Kim meets with Mr. Park while Sol-hee listens in on their conversation from a secret room. Mr. Park insists that Kim drink with him and brings up allegations of music plagiarism, but Kim vehemently denies plagiarizing anyone's work, and Sol-hee signals to Mr. Park that Kim is telling the truth. However, she discovers that Mr. Park is lying and that he is the real plagiarist. After the meeting, Mr. Park is frustrated for not getting the information he wanted, and Sol-hee warns him to pay what he owes before she exposes him for plagiarism. When she gets home, Sol-hee finds Kim passed out in front of the building. While trying to help him, she discovers that he is the mysterious composer Kim Do-ha. Curious, she removes his mask and sees his face for the first time. But when she tries to put the mask back on, Kim wakes up and grabs her arm, not giving her a chance to explain. His friend visits him and tries to reassure him, saying that Sol-hee was probably just trying to help when he passed out. Kim is worried that Sol-hee might remember their encounter on the bus 5 years ago. But Jo tells him not to overthink it, as there is only a blurry picture of him online, so she can't figure anything out. Meanwhile, Sol-hee discovers that Kim is the mysterious composer who works with the singer Sayeon, but she is still curious as to why he hides his identity. Leaving the apartment, Sol-hee sees Kim arriving but notices that he's trying to hide. She apologizes to him about the mask incident, and Kim asks what she thought after seeing his face. Sol-hee still doesn't remember their encounter 5 years ago and simply says that he's handsome but not her type. While they're talking, a man approaches them, saying he lost his phone and asks to borrow theirs to make a call. Sol-hee detects that the man is telling the truth and lends him her phone. But since Kim doesn't know about Sol-hee's lie-detecting ability, he tries to warn her about potential scammers, but she insists the man is Jonist. Sol-hee was right, but Kim says she can't trust people so easily. She responds that she doesn't trust anyone, only sincere words. Later, Sol-hee's mother knocks on Kim's door, thinking it was her daughter's apartment, and asks for money. Sol-hee arrives, and the two begin to argue. Her mother pretends to have nodules on her vocal cords, but Sol-hee realizes she's faking. They argue, and Sol-hee gives her money to make her leave. Sol-hee and Kim end up meeting on their balconies. She apologizes for her mother's behavior, and Kim comforts her, saying that everyone has their own family problems. If you want to follow the complete story of my lovely liar, leave a like and subscribe to the channel.